Hello, Jasmine. How you doing? Sorry for the long wait. I I forgot at first, and then I got busy, so that's why it's a little bit past due. But this is my little gift to you. I guess you can call it a late birthday gift. A free mini reading, which is something I've never done before, so you can say you're the first for that. So hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully you receive something um, just beneficial and good for your spirit, and as well as some guidance and just reassurance from whatever I can bring to you. So here you go. Let's get started. So, since this is a free mini reading, I will not go into extreme depths into your natal chart. That would require a lot more time and a lot more focus, and this isn't for that. So, this is just something brief, quick, straight to the point, and definitely not as in depth as I would usually go. I also have some great links in the description box for you to check out if you haven't already seen these websites before. Um, I really recommend that you go check them out just to get a real cool, brief look at where the planets are in your natal chart, how they affect you, a brief description of how they interact within each of your houses, and all that good stuff. Each part of your natal chart is important. Okay, I can't stress that enough. And each part is important because it's a sum of who you are as an individual. So, for example, your placement of the sun in the house, in the fourth house in Libra, lets me know that you take pride in your home and your family. One or both of your parents was a dominant influence in your life. You may have a tendency to feel insecure, and you may also benefit through an inheritance, either later on in your life or you already have. Also, your moon placement tells me that you tend to think emotionally and have a really strong imagination. You will take a lot of short trips and you will travel a lot. Um, hmm. You have a really good memory. You often change your opinion, um, which can be a good or a bad thing. Who knows? Who cares, right? And a really, you make a really great impression, a really great first impression when you're working with, um, the public or appearing in front of the public. You have an inquisitive mind. You have a good sense of humor. You will find success in writing about yourself or writing about your family. The dark side of your moon is that you could be a little moody and have a tendency to interfere in other people's lives. That's just you having that moon in that third house with it being ruled with Virgo. Yeah. you may you may interfere a lot in other people's lives. It's not to be rude or mean or messy or anything like that. You just really want to help people. You really want them to be the best that they can be, and you feel like you have the knowledge and the know-how to improve their actions, improve their behaviors, just improve upon them. And some people might take it as in, well, girl, you need to improve yourself, okay, before you come to me telling me anything. That's just how some people may take it. And as long as you have a balance in that and you check yourself on that, which I don't know because I don't know you, but as long as you have that balance and you check yourself on that, you're totally fine. But that's just an example of what your natal chart will show me. So definitely go check out those websites so you can read up on all of the planets, where they are at in your chart, and kind of get familiar with that. I just talked about your sun and your moon, but your Mercury tells me a lot. Your Mars, your Venus, your Jupiter, your Saturn, your Neptune, your Pluto, all that, Uranus, all that tells you a lot. So definitely go and check it out. Also, you have a few years until your Saturn returns. So I'm not too, I won't go into that at all, actually. But I do recommend maybe next year, or you can check it out this year, but sometime soon, go and check out your Saturn when it will return. Which I believe for you should be around May 2024 or something like that. 2024. So you got some years, but definitely check up on that so that you can be familiar with it because it's extremely important. Extremely. My brother just went through his Saturn return. I'm about to go through mine. This upcoming December, I'll be starting mine. So, yay, excited. Okay, but for you, just become familiar. Definitely become familiar with that Saturn return. But just to give you an idea, your Saturn, when you were born, Saturn was in Pisces in your ninth house. So you don't. It's in Capricorn. Um, Saturn is a Capricornian um, lord, and basically, well, I don't want to go into that. That's a lot. That deserves its own reading just by itself. So I'm not even going to do all that. I'm just going to tell you that it is important. You should go and definitely check up on that. Next, I will talk about your North Node as well as your Midheaven, because those two correlate very strongly and have a lot to do with your career, your aspirations, your future achievements, what you should be striving towards, because this is a part of your destiny and a part of the reason why you decided to come back to this earth and reincarnate and be you at this time. Your spirit, your soul chose this time, this day, this moment for you to be born and for you to enter this world with the powers of those planets being where they were at. So it wasn't just happenstance, it didn't just happen, but you were divinely created for a divine purpose. And the North Node in the Midheaven helps you to recognize that purpose, helps you to remember that purpose and your promise that you made that you would fulfill your mission. So I'm definitely going to touch on that a little bit just to give you an idea. But like I said, this is a brief, free mini reading, so I won't be able to really go in depth as I would like. So your North Node is in Libra and it's in your fourth house. And that's the house of home, of family, of your roots, of history, of all of that. Um, so with your North Node, with anybody's North Node, um, we are trying to pursue and obtain in this lifetime. What are we trying to pursue? What are we trying to obtain in this lifetime in order to break from our comfort zone, which is our South Node? For you, your South Node is in Aries, so you're comfortable doing Aries type shit and basically, being the leader, being the forefront, being the I am of the group. Um, Libra, on the other hand, it's more about unions, it's more about partnerships, it's more about collaborations between people. And so you're more comfortable doing things on your own. You need to break out of your comfort zone in order to fully realize your North Node in Libra. And so it may be something dealing with collaborating with your family members, maybe having um, a rough time working with your family members, working with your family, working with those close to you in your close circle. Maybe having a rough time partnering up with certain people.
And this is what your challenge is in life, and this is what you have to work on, is how do you still keep your independence and um, your individuality about yourself, while still being able to collaborate and to partner and to come into partnerships with people. Let's see. Yeah, definitely. Like just partnering with people without losing yourself, basically. You don't like to be alone because you are seeking someone to co-build with, to collaborate with. Um, and you do well in unions. Actually, working in partnerships, working with other people is actually really beneficial to you. You actually benefit a lot from that. um, and it's essentially the direction that you want to go. The direction that you should be desiring is um, fulfilling that need to partner up with someone. Yeah, and you're dealing with your foundations, and you're moving away from simply just achieving things and accomplishing things and being seen. And you're recognizing the value in privacy and intimacy and private moments between you and a partner. It doesn't have to necessarily be a loved one or someone, a lover or something like that. It doesn't have to always be a lover. Sometimes your partner is your business partner, your friend that's your best friend for life, that's a partner for life. If you have children, you partner up with them all the time. I mean, anybody can be your partner. And now you're fully recognizing and realizing the power and that privacy, intimacy, and just those one on one moments. What is super interesting about you is that your midheaven is in Aries. So your north node is in Libra, and your midheaven is in Aries, which is it's pretty cool actually. So with midheavens, you're dealing with the 10th house always, and it's basically the 10th house um, ruler or lord of the 10th house is Capricorn. Capricorn is dealing with achievements, you're dealing with social status, dealing with just your public persona, how people will look at you over the time of your life, even when you're gone. Whatever you accomplish or whatever mission that you actually accomplished in life, people will recognize that, and it usually always deals with your 10th house, your midheaven. And so, no matter if you have a planet there or not, it is always very important. And your midheaven is in Aries, so it's you're dealing with your ego. That's everybody's 10th house. You're dealing with the ego, but for you specifically, you're dealing with a very strong, fiery, independent persona. You're a winner. You're a force of nature that um, you know people have to take notice of you. Um, they have to, and it weighs out your opinions or options before aggressively charging forward. You definitely do that. Mm, you need a strong companion, someone who is secure enough in themselves before they can become a part of your world, a part of your social sphere. You figure out your thing and you make it your bitch. So, being confident in what you have to offer the world, no one will give you anything. You have to go out and take it. You have to own your persona. If you're not a sex symbol, then don't be one. It's okay. And if you are a sex symbol, then be that to the 10th, 100th, a millionth degree. And be secure in that and know that that's a part of who you are and the reason why you came here. And don't let anyone stop you from being what you were supposed to be here on this earth. It also lets me know that um, your father figure or someone who was very authoritative, um, an authority in your life. I'm really thinking father for some reason. You have to look at how your father impacted you, how his presence or lack of presence affected you. And this kind of gives you a look at your drive and your ambition, right? You are a leader, you're a go-getter. You lead others, and sometimes you lead others with a quiet leadership. That means that you're not all out and boisterous and stuff about it. You're very quiet about it, and you get it done kind of secretively. You are likely to have many career changes. You have a great enthusiasm about you. Um, hmm. You're assertive. I mean, that just comes with having any Aries in your chart. You will be assertive. Usually, when people have Aries midheavens, astrologers will usually say that your career path will have something to do with sports or athletics or the military. Um, I don't like saying that usually because not everybody cares about just because you're Aries doesn't mean you care about military or you care about athletic stuff. But if that's you, great. Hey, great. Um, you're definitely in line with what an Aries midheaven would do. But I will caution that you don't have to necessarily be in military or something athletic. That sometimes it's an athleticism of the mind, for example. Um, Aries can be great speech and debate champions, you know, especially with your Mercury being in Libra and your moon being in Mars, excuse me, your moon being in Virgo, you could definitely be a great speech and debate person. Um, Even though you're not in high school no more. If you were in high school, I would have told you that for sure and said, "Hey, yo, check that out for a second." But since you're more college age, that might be out of your way for right now. But just know that um, whatever you do as far as career goes, it needs to be something that you can assert yourself, you can show your enthusiasm, you can have a great amount of, because you have a lot of energy, so you need something that will use up that energy, as well as that will show your independence and your self-reliance, because you're very self-reliant. You don't like to depend on other people for anything. Even though that's a part of your north node, is to figure out how to balance being independent and then being a person who can rely on others to do some things. You don't have to always do it yourself. Sometimes you need to allow other people to weigh in and to put in their part. You're a trendsetter. You're a pioneer. But a question that is in my mind right now is, what are you investing your money into? What are you investing your time into? Are you overspending on lavish things, on, trying to live the luxurious life and expenses? I don't know why that came to my mind, but whenever something comes to my mind, I say it so that if it is meant for you, you can take it and do what you need to do with it. But that did come to my mind, is what are you spending your money on? You need to be more conscious about your budget. Okay, I straight up did not mean to make this long. So I'm about to do a part two for you because it's gonna take forever to upload this video. Crap. I'm sorry, girl. You're getting this today because I am not going to let the sun go down without this being done, because it's going to irk my nerves. It's going to irk my Aquarius sun and moon, girl. All right, so part two coming up. Part two. All right.